It's time for Down on the Corner with Dale Hoffman, North Arkansas's premier news talk program. Brought to you by Brewed Awakening Coffee, with 3 locations to serve you. Baxter Regional Medical Center lobby, Highway 62 412 at Balmer Boulevard, and the Walmart East Plaza. And now, Down on the Corner.
Good morning, North Central Arkansas and Southern Missouri. It is Tuesday, November 4th, 2018. Whoop, whoop. It is 7 a.m.
Whoop, whoop. It's a nice morning, nice cool morning.
Yeah, it's cold.
It's not cold.
It's cold. It's 29.
That's cool. Cold's coming.
I like what Abby said last night on Channel 3. When it gets below 40, it's cold. I agree.
It's nice. It's not bad. I don't even have my heavy winter coat on yet.
Haven't even haired out for the winter yet, have you?
No.
Anyway, good morning, everybody. Welcome to Down on the Corner program. Dale Hoffman, your host. Along with Scooter Callis. How's it going today?
Going good.
Going good.
And we got Michael.
And we got Michael. Michael's going to be doing the prayer here in a bit. Yeah.
Michael's filling in. He's taking over the show.
Yeah. He can be the co-host.
He's your replacement.
That's good. He's good.
How you doing, Michael?
I'm doing good.
He's doing good.
Good. All right.
Yeah. Once again, we have a Mountain Home Christian Academy student to come do the prayer. We'll get to that here in just a minute. First, I got to tell you about Brewed Awakening Coffee, the best coffee in town. As you heard Jacqueline say in the introduction, we have 3 locations to serve you with Brewed Awakening Coffee. You got Baxter Regional Medical Center, Highway 62 East Plaza by Anytime Fitness, and of course, Balmer Boulevard at 702 is going to be very busy between now and 8 o'clock. Mike and his staff do a great job to bring you the best coffee in town. Brewed Awakening Coffee has been our sponsor for a long time. Appreciate Mike and his staff for what they do. And
don't forget, you can always come by here, grab you a cup, watch the show, get the maximum strength version that Dale makes. You betcha.
Yep. If you want a quick warm-up, stop by the studio. We're at 1226 Commerce Drive. Coffee pot's right over there. Got creamer and sweetener. So come on down sometime, have some coffee with us. Brewed Awakening Coffee, the best coffee in town. Don't take my word for it. Come on down. Brewed Awakening Coffee. You're not drinking Brewed Awakening, you're just drinking muddy water.
There you go.
Yep. Right?
You got it.
You still drinking water?
I got my muddy water, I guess.
Smart water?
It's just, mine's kind of clear, though.
Smart water? Or Aquafina? Well, he
when
gave
did
up
they
on
start putting bubbles in the water? I haven't figured that out yet.
Oops.
Oops. I'm not sure what they're putting in this water. It's going to be a good day.
And the morning prayer brought to you by Roller Funeral Homes. With all our respect, Roller Funeral Homes across the state of Arkansas. Be sure to choose Roller Funeral Home when the need arises. And very, very professional folks. And they will bend over backwards to help you with the memorial service for your loved one. Just went through it a month ago. And very pleased with Roller Funeral Home and how they have helped my family. And you'll be pleasantly surprised at how well things are handled at Roller Funeral Homes. With all our respect, Roller Funeral Homes, they bring you the morning prayer today, a prayer by Michael from Mountain Home Christian Academy. If you can help them financially, call them at 424-6622. They take no government monies. They teach no Common Core. They have a very great Christian atmosphere, great Christian education. Mountain Home Christian Academy, just off the bypass across from Mountain Home Baptist Church. Michael, are you ready to do the prayer?
Yes, sir.
All right, go right ahead.
Father, we love you, and we want to thank you for sending Jesus to save us and give us hope. Jesus, you are the reason we celebrate during this time of thankfulness and generosity. Help us and introduce you to people who don't know you. Help us be good examples of you in our community. People always need your hope, peace, and comfort, especially during this holiday season. Thank you for being big enough to meet those big needs, and thank you for being cool enough to understand that kids also want toys for Christmas too. Thank you, Father. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen.
Amen. Good prayer.
You bet. This morning's prayer by Michael, Mountain Home Christian Academy student. Once again, if you can help them financially, call them at 424-6622. They're right off the bypass, north side of the bypass, across from Mountain Home Baptist Church.
Michael, what's your favorite class at school? What's your favorite subject or class or anything?
History.
History?
History. You like history?
Yeah. What part of history you like? You like really old history or history that was 10, 15, 20 years ago? What do you like?
Really old history.
Really old?
That's cool. That's cool.
Back in Scooter's day or the judge's day?
Do you know what my favorite class was?
What?
Recess.
Football. Wrestling.
All right,
so you got any events coming up? You play on any of the sports teams? You know, he does wrestling. You part of the wrestling team?
Yeah.
You wrestle?
Mm-hmm.
Well, he can coach you. All right, are y'all working with Mountain Christian Academy?
We're working out a thing right now.
Are you?
They started up a program and then it kind of fell back when their instructor had some other stuff he had to do with church and stuff, and had some other obligations come up. So
we'll get that.
Hopefully,
that'd be a good program. So what else is going on at Mountain Christian Academy? Any other activities that you know? Basketball's going in full swing, and
Yeah.
You go watch any of the basketball games?
We haven't in a while, but I want to.
You want to?
One of these days. Morning prayer brought to you by Roller Funeral Homes with all our respect. And once again, Michael brought you the morning prayer from Mountain Christian Academy. If you can help them financially, call them today at 424-6622. Morning weather brought to you by Old Time Restaurant on the Square at Mountain Home. I had the special yesterday for lunch.
Did you?
Oh.
Chicken fried steak.
Yeah.
It's always a go-to item. I don't care if it's on special or not. That's kind of like the go-to item. People, I don't know what I want. Give me a chicken fried steak.
It's good.
It is.
It's good.
Today we've got for breakfast 2 pancakes, 2 sausage, 2 bacon for $5.88. And then for lunch we've got Kimmy's famous meatloaf, homemade meatloaf, 2 sides, roll of cornbread, $6.88. Can't beat it.
There you go.
It's a heck of a deal. Try one of the pies and make sure you give Amanda a hard time. No matter what you do, you got to go in there and find Amanda and make sure you give Amanda a hard time. You ever been to the Old Time Restaurant on the Square? Dad?
No.
I don't think
You guys are deprived. They got a bunch of deprived people over there at the Christian Academy. Where's
we need to put a sign right there at the driveway. Go to Old Time Restaurant for lunch or breakfast. Mickey,
I just don't know. I don't know what to say to them people.
They're missing out.
They're missing out. There you go. I'm going to have to go over there and do like this big ceremony thing, next banquet you guys got. Hey, there is another restaurant.
You get to see all the big shots in there, you know.
There you go.
Yeah. Old Time Restaurant, Monday through Friday, 7 to 2, and Saturday till 11 o'clock. Best breakfast, best lunch in town. Old Time Restaurant brings the morning weather each and every day. This morning we're cold, cold, cold.
Oh, this ain't cold. This is chilly.
29 degrees in Mountain Home, 27 in Harrison. It's warm and hearty. It's 34 there in Mountain View, 30 at Yellville, 34 at Marshall, 29 at Calico Rock. Around the region, precipitation showing up, it says here, in St. Louis at 32 degrees, Poplar Bluff at 35, Branson 27, West Plains, Missouri 30. Watford City, North Dakota is 4 degrees colder than we are. They're at 25 as compared to our 29. It's cold out there, Scooter.
It's chilly.
On the radar right now, not much. California and Nevada getting a little bit. Missouri and Illinois getting a little bit of precip. West Virginia, New York, southern part and upper part of New York getting a little bit. So let's take a look at Arkansas real quick. We'll hit that Little Rock stop. Oh, you didn't do the trumpet.
That's all right.
Try it again. Come on.
Dun, dun, dun.
That hurts.
Yeah, told you. Ooh. I'm still recouping from the weekend. What do you mean? All that yelling at the wrestling tournament, my voice is shot.
All highways in Arkansas are clear. 62, 412 east and west, 65 north, south, Little Rock, Branson. Highway 67, 167, Little Rock, Batesville, Poplar Bluff. Looks like it's in good shape. Southern part of the state in good shape too. Interstates 30, 40, 49, 55, and 555 look like they're in good shape across the state. And so it's going to change this weekend, I have a feeling. So state of Missouri, we're going to get some snow. State of Missouri, a little bit showing up just west of St. Louis, affecting I-70 all the way back to Columbia. So I-70 from Columbia into St. Louis, a little bit east of St. Louis. That will be affecting the bypass loops around St. Louis. Interstate 64, East St. Louis, Illinois, towards Mount Vernon. A little bit of precip showing up there between St. Louis and, I don't know, just might as well say close to Mount Vernon, Illinois. On I-70, not much going on east of St. Louis to Vandalia and Effingham in good shape. You can see I-24 and I-55 coming in from the south with no precipitation there. A little bit to the west of Farmington, but not affecting Highway 55, or Interstate 55, I should say. For southwest Missouri, or western Missouri, we can pick up all the way to Kansas City. Not much showing up, if any, right now. Tulsa, Joplin, Springfield in good shape on I-44. Kansas City, I-70 towards Columbia in good shape. And not much else going on. That's, you don't see a radar stop like that that's that dry, but you get a little bit in California, Nevada, and normally you get it on the west coast of Oregon and Washington. But just not much showing up at all on the radar. Here's the kicker. The 7-day forecast for today, decreasing clouds with a high of 37 degrees. Tonight, it's going to be cold, 26 and clear. Tomorrow, high of 48 degrees and sunshine. Then the clouds come in. We'll drop to 32 degrees on Wednesday night. For Thursday, a 30% chance of rain with a high of 44 degrees. Thursday night, it drops to 29 degrees. Then here, you want to do the trumpet again for Friday and Saturday?
No, I don't want to hurt anybody.
On Friday, cloudy, slight chance of rain and sleet, a high of 36 degrees with a 20% chance from about noon on Friday to midnight on Friday. To about 6 p.m. Then Friday night, 40 to 70% chance of a wintry mix, then snow, sleet likely, low of 28. Saturday, a high of 33 degrees with an 80% chance of snow and sleet. Depending, I was watching Channel 3 weather last night, depending on how it tracks across, if it moves a little bit northeast, we won't get as much. Moves a little bit farther south, we could get.
Well, let me tell you, the weather.com has got us down for a 90% chance on Friday night for a wintry mix. Saturday, 9% chance of snow and ice, 3 to 5 inches accumulation.
That'll be a wet, heavy snow.
Saturday night, 90% for another 1 to 3 inches accumulation. So we may get. Are you a snow fan over there,
like
Michael?
Snow, You do?
I mean, what kid doesn't like a snow day? I mean, come on, I lived for those. That is a right. That is a given right to have a snow day.
Check the highways in Arkansas. Right now, all highways are clear. We do have Pope County as Highway 331. Both lanes are closed for construction. And for some reason, that just went haywire. I don't know what's going on with this computer today. Let me go forward, see if it'll bring it back up. We have an accident in Pulaski County, and we have an accident in White County on Highway 67, 167. And Missouri information around Jefferson City, around, let's say, be Highway 63, and I think that's Highway 54. A little bit of snow and precip. We have covered to partly covered roads there in the central part of Missouri. Let's see what's flagging here in St. Louis. They have a possible delay on I-64 in St. Louis County around Highway 6 or Interstate 64. Drought monitor, Missouri. They need some moisture, maybe not snow. They're a D0 across the western part of the state. In Arkansas, northwest Arkansas, with a D0, D1 moderate drought in Washington, Benton counties. And so
I would recommend, if you guys are doing any travel, and use those apps. I Drive Arkansas for Arkansas roads, and then
now if
MoDOT
these have a different
Missouri
color to them, then it's got the it's got the map key over here, but you can see it'll tell you where the lane closures.
They're really good at keeping them up to date, so you can kind of see what your road conditions are looking like, and just kind of keeps everybody safe.
And then with Missouri and Arkansas, you can hit Tennessee, Mississippi, Texas, Oklahoma, so you can check whatever state if you're going up to one of the border states. And so I Drive Arkansas, and then the other is MoDOT, Missouri Department of Transportation travel maps. Right?
You got it.
All right.
You mentioned you like wrestling, right?
Mm-hmm.
This last Saturday we had a youth wrestling tournament here in Mountain Home. Mm-hmm. We had 165 wrestlers show up. Went from 9 o'clock in the morning till 2 in the afternoon. Went through 300 and something wrestling matches. It was really cool to watch.
Fun.
It was fun.
Morning weather brought to you by Old Time Restaurant on the Square in Mountain Home. Check out the special today. And, of course, Community Calendar brought to you by Affordable Housing, 741-2883. A couple of things I have here. Trinity Lutheran Church Christmas for Kids VBS is this Saturday, December 8th from 9:30 to 1 for pre-K through 12th grade and no charge. Call 424-2888. Trinity Lutheran Church is on Highway 5 South, 1 block past College. And then the Christmas Carol, Silent Night, turns 200 years old this Christmas. Trinity Lutheran invites you to their Advent services every Wednesday evening at 6:30 prior to the Christmas holiday. Silent Night, the Overlooked Stanzas, is the theme of Advent this year. Once again, Trinity Lutheran is 1 block south, 1 block south of College Street. Kind of in that corner. Do you know where the new Veterans Home is?
No.
5 South?
No. I don't have a clue.
Really?
Huh.
Right there at College on it's just right back behind there. You got
All
anything?
right, community calendar is about what events are coming up. So I want to know, in Michael's world, what events do you have coming up? Is there anything coming up in the Christian Academy, or just
any
anything?
Christmas shows or anything coming up?
Not.
No.
I don't know really.
Is there anything going on in your world that you can think about coming up? Anything cool?
Christmas
We're
is
going
coming.
to Kansas City.
Hey,
Well,
that's
there you
good.
go. There you go.
There
When are
you
you
go.
going to Kansas?
When did you say?
Yeah.
At Christmas break.
Christmas break? Cool. Give you a nice little travel. Hopefully you got good roads and weather.
Tell you what I need you to do now. Look at this first camera right here and say, Dale's out of coffee. We need to go to commercial break. Be right back. Can you say that?
Tell her the old man's out of coffee.
Say, Dale's out of coffee. Time for a break. Be right back.
Dale's out of coffee. It's time for a break. Be right back.
There you go.
Medications just cover up the pain, and you've tried dieting to help lose weight. Before you try something drastic like surgery to get rid of the numbness and tingling, why don't you try a better approach to health? Hi, I'm Dr. Charles Osgood, and at Mountain Home Family Chiropractic, we heal the whole person the natural way.
At Mountain Home Family Chiropractic, we take a hands-on approach to chiropractic care, massage therapy, and nutritional counseling. Our 20 years of service has led to successful results.
When I come in to see Dr. Osgood, sometimes after one adjustment, I have immediate relief. Sometimes it takes 4 or 5 adjustments.
I recommend Mountain Home Family Chiropractic because it really works and keeps me pain-free.
Mountain Home Family Chiropractic supports the community by donating to Mountain Home Food Basket and the Lions Club. Request an appointment with us today at Mountain Home Family Chiropractic. Excellence for your body and frame alignment.
Do you know where your money goes when you give to charity? At the Salvation Army, 85 cents of every dollar stays to help those in need in our local community. Hi, I'm Captain Spaulding. The money we raise help people in the surrounding 5 counties, including Baxter, Marion, Sharp, Izzard, and Fulton. You can help by donating your unwanted items and by shopping at the Salvation Army store. Those in need get assistance with rent, utilities, sending kids to camp, and many other things. When it comes to this charity, the Salvation Army always helps those in our community.
Diatley Dental Care is a family-owned dental practice. Doctors Irvin and Christina Diatley grew up in the Twin Lakes area and are proud to serve the community. With modern treatment methods and state-of-the-art technology, they are dedicated to providing exemplary care to patients of all ages. Our compassionate team consistently receives training above and beyond the standard of care.
We're changing the way you see dentistry.
Come be a part of our dental family.
Life is too short to wear boring clothes. Welcome to Shabby to Chic Salon and Boutique, where we carry the latest trends and fashions and accessories at prices anyone can enjoy. Feel beautiful while looking fabulous with a large range of fashions that fits anyone's sense of style. You're sure to discover something unique and new at every visit. Shabby to Chic also features 12 professional stylists, aesthetics by Amy J, a nail technician, and 4 tanning beds. Excite your style at Shabby to Chic Salon and Boutique in Mountain Home.
Jim Brown Company keeps you cool when it's hot and warm when it's not. A trusted name in the mountain home community, Jim Brown Company provides timely heating and cooling installation and repairs. Our certified technicians incorporate new technology on every job to provide you with the most advanced services. At our metal fabrication shop, we handle projects big and small. We've created everything from commercial ducts to custom designs.
I'd recommend Jim Brown Company to my friends and neighbors. The reason being they have high-tech equipment. Their service techs are well qualified for the job that they do, and they also send me a report after all the work is done so I know exactly what my unit's doing.
By visiting our showroom, you can learn all about our heating and cooling products. We'll educate you on your options and help you decide on the right solution. For total comfort at your home or business, choose Jim Brown Company. Quality service with a family name since 1964.
Save lives, like a superhero, and show up when people needed me.
When I grow up, I want to do animations. I want to create characters that can fly. No matter what it is you want out of life, there is a path to get there.
When I grow up, I don't know what I want to do when I grow up, but I know I want to go to college.
Arkansas State University Mountain Home. Take your first step at asumh.edu.
When you need It's 7:20 on this December 4th, and this is the last time this year our county judge will be on the show. Next year, or next time will be January of 19.
Regular scheduled, yes.
Mhm.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's true.
Yep. Well, Merry Christmas.
Thank you.
And,
I'm sure everybody's got a big plans to. And it appears by the weather forecast you gave that we're going to have a white Christmas early. So
I'm predicting a white Christmas now. I keep predicting
he's the one
white.
that he's doing the whammies over here.
Whammies. I'm just predicting a white Christmas. What's wrong with Mickey? Do you like a white Christmas?
yes, I do.
Do you?
I know it puts all your guys to work trying to clear the roads and
Hey, everybody needs to stay home. We don't worry about it on Christmas.
There you go. There you go. I hear you. I hear you.
So what's going on? You know, I mean, can you believe it? It's the end of 2018. I mean,
No.
Another month from now we'll be into 2019 already.
Time is flying when you're having fun and playing marbles, I guess. I don't know what. This is the ending of my 6th year as county judge, and it seems like I just started. And I drove down to Little Rock yesterday afternoon to attend some of the newly elected county judges seminar they're having yesterday and today, and was reminded I was there 6 years ago, and it just seems like the last couple of years ago that I was there. So getting upgraded and brought up to speed to be able to handle a job, it's a very important training, and just seemed like it just happened. But here we are 6 years later.
Boy, time flies.
Mm-hmm.
So what's new in your world these days?
We got the jail construction started. Everybody's excited about that after.
Should I bring that up while you talk?
Yeah, after several delays, and of course some change orders already come in, but we're getting the underground plumbing done and getting it ready to do some dig outs and dig the foundations. So we ought to see some movement over now. Where he's going, I'm sure, is BaxterCountySheriff.org, and you got a lower right top tab, far right side. It says jail construction or jail expansion, and you click on that right there by the magnifying glass, and it'll bring you up a live picture that changes. Well, they did dig a hole, didn't they?
Well, they
But,
did, didn't they? Wow.
They've got a new pipeline runs around there, but yeah, they've been working on that, and I was over there a Friday. They had some issues. They needed some changeovers on, so I was over there helping them with that. But where the excavator is sitting, that's the old grease trap for the old jail that you have to have for the big kitchen, and they're trying to get all that relocated. And the new manhole you see there on the right middle is the new street sewer.
It's right here.
That used to run right under the hangar and the launch pad there. So we had to relocate all that, and there will be another line. The sanitary sewer will have to run down through there. And then there where that excavator, where that pile of gravel is where the newly jail expansion is going, in that corner of the building right there.
Right here.
Yeah, for 48, 50 beds.
Huh. Wow.
I was over Friday to the grand opening, or the introduction and grand tours of the new Marion County Jail, and it's quite a facility. Same group that's overseeing their job is overseeing ours. And we were over there Friday for an introduction to it and some ceremonies and some congratulations, pats on back. They really needed over there, and they made the announcements, and I think they're correct. The difference between when they went to bid a year and a half or 2 years ahead of us, they came in almost $900,000 under estimates, and we're going to be lucky to come in at estimate. That's the difference in the market, because they had multiple bidders and they came in. They were able to add a $400,000 expansion without because they had the bond approved, and he said that they're going to be able to turn back $500,000 on the bond issue. So they hit it right. It's a nice facility. They're going to. It's such a great improvement from what they've been dealing with the last several years that I think they'll be beside themselves. But we're going to get there we can fill ours up pretty much now.
Okay, let's talk about what ifs. What if it was not approved by the voters of Marion County? Was there some stipulation of that Marion County Jail being shut down?
Yes.
And then the state the state had any regulation over
There
that?
wasn't no stipulation. It was going to be shut down. The only reason they kept it open is because they were working on this project. If you ever have an opportunity to interview anybody that was lucky enough to or unlucky enough to have stayed in that current jail, you'll understand why. They'll explain it to you. It's pretty bad, and they were limited on how many. They cannot follow up and have any places to house people that won't pay their fines. There's no threat to bring them in, so they're losing a lot of revenue through the court system. If people wasn't paying for their crimes and had no place to put them, that's going to stop now. When you go from a 20 to 25 bed, that if you have a female or a sex offender or somebody's protected class like that in there, you probably got a 15 bed jail, and you go to 60 plus, you can start taking care of business and protect your citizens a little better, and the people that shouldn't be out walking the streets will have a bed to sleep and very little freedom. So
what would have happened had that initiative not passed? And
they'd be in a situation. I was visiting with the Madison County judge last night about this, and they closed their jail for the same reasons, and their people will not and have not approved an expansion, a bond issue, a sales tax to fund a bond issue. So anybody they have to keep longer than 24 to 48 hours is transferred to the Washington County Jail at the cost of $62 a day. Now, ours is expensive, and it's around $50 to $52 a day to house them here. The state pays us $30 for their inmates, but they're paying Washington County $62 a day to house our prisoners. And now Washington County is fixing to do another bond issue and a huge expansion. Probably add another 400 or 500 beds. But if they don't have a jail close to them and Washington County is big enough to handle them, these guys go free. Because what they have now, jail standards isn't so strict on you if you use it as a holding facility for up to 48 hours. But you have to turn them loose. You can't keep them. And so they have to have somewhere to go with them. And if you have nobody, and Marion County's got, Baxter County's full on this side of them, Boone County's full on the other side of them, and they have small counties elsewhere, so there's no real close place to go, so they'd be walking the streets.
So what's the solution to this problem across the state of Arkansas? If you've got an issue in Washington and Boone and Marion and Baxter, I mean, we've taken the initiative here in these two counties.
Well,
but it's got to be, let's go down around Pine Bluff and places like that. What's going on down there?
Oh, they have large jails. The real answer to the question is people to live right, do right, not be stealing my stuff and doping up and driving drunk and all the many. We've got two or three accused first-degree murderers in our jail. We've up until recently we had 2 or 3 accused of rape in our jail. I mean, some pretty serious stuff. Plus the other stuff that goes on all the time with the drug handling and this opioid problem and the fentanyl and the cocaine, and methamphetamines, the serious stuff. It's serious if those people are walking on the street and there's no deterrent for them. And the state, the answer you would think would be the state, but they're not keeping them now, and a lot of them revisit our jail because the state's not keeping them long enough, and they're not getting rehabilitated. Sometimes you send them to the state prison, they come back more educated to be a better criminal. That's a sad deal, but if you have a society that doesn't press upon people and press upon their family and take individual responsibility to live right and do right and treat your neighbor like you want to be treated, then we're going to continue to have this problem.
You're right.
That's the only answer to it.
Wise words. Wow. Well, we got about 45 seconds to a minute before we take a commercial break. Any final thought before we take that commercial break?
There is a runoff election today in the city of Mountain Home for mayor. Do not forget to get out to vote. They only had 900 votes in early voting. It was reported as of yesterday evening. 3 locations to go vote.
What are those?
C3 Church over here by Hobby Lobby, behind Hobby Lobby. I believe it's Eastside Baptist Church over on 5 South, and the courthouse, Baxter County Courthouse.
I did my early voting.
So
I'm one of the 900.
It'll be open And as soon as they kick us out in the quorum court meeting tonight, they'll count the votes.
You better have a short, sweet meeting.
We do hope that we didn't move it. So,
a city of 15,000, 12 to 15,000 people, we need to get out and vote and get our.
I think they reported about 9,000 registered voters here.
I think so. Yeah.
Between 7,000 and 9,000, which is a good number compared to the population. That is a high number of registered voters.
We need to get
and
out
they've only had 900 people go vote so far. So keep them busy today, folks. Go vote.
Go vote.
Select your mayor of your choice. If you want to know how to vote, call me. I might tell you, since I don't live in the city.
For that, we'll take a quick commercial break. Right back. Be right back. When you need durable and comfortable hospital scrub stat, you need the Uniform Shop. The Uniform Shop is the place for top quality uniforms, carrying a great selection of name brands including Carhartt, Cherokee, and Grey's Anatomy, as well as shoes from Clogs, Softwalk, and Landau, stethoscopes from Littman, blood pressure cuffs, scissors, name tag retractable, compression socks, paramedic BDUs, and Rocky boots. The Uniform Shop also offers customizing, embroidery, as well as minor alterations. Let us put you in uniforms. Shop the Uniform Shop.
Have you ever noticed every time you wash your car, you end up wetter than the actual car? Next time, run down to Car Care and let the friendly staff put a smile on your face. Car Care of Mountain Home has a variety of services to clean your vehicle's needs, inside and out. From a simple wash and shine to their outstanding detail services. Located 1525 Highway 62 East in Mountain Home. Stop by Car Care Mountain Home today, because driving a clean car always makes you feel good.
Hello, I'm Charles Ferguson. Here at Mountain View Chevrolet, we still do business the old-fashioned way with honesty and integrity. And we have a good inventory of new Chevy cars, trucks, and SUVs from large to small. Our service department has all GM certified technicians, and our friendly salespeople are ready and eager to fit a car truck to your needs in a price range you can afford. We also have a lot full of pre-owned cars and trucks, program and new car trade-ins to choose from. So come see us at Mountain View Chevrolet.
Why would I recommend Hospice the Ozarks? Because I know the people that work there, I know their hearts, and I know that their desire is to help people with the suffering and the anxiety and the things that can come with either terminal diagnosis or a terminal condition. We want them to have a peace of heart and to have a comfort and to know that someone's there to help them through that so they can enjoy the time that they have.
Our roll burger was only 7 ounces, but now it's 8 with brioche bun and pickles. Comes with its own steak knife, it's really that big. Your best competition is always yourself. Chili's is back, baby, back, baby, back. Oh baby, Chili's is back, baby, back, baby, back. We're focused on one thing, burgers, ribs, fajitas. Just that one thing, burgers, ribs, and fajitas. We're reeling in our menu because it got out of hand. We had a moment of self-actualization. Chili's is back, baby, back, baby, back. Oh baby, Chili's is back, baby, back, baby, back.
With a large showroom of over 13,000 square feet, the Furniture Depot is your local choice for quality name brand furniture at prices anyone can afford. They carry a great selection of catnapper recliners, power recliners with lumbar support and lift chairs. Check out Furniture Depot's variety of living room and dining room sets in various styles and designs. And don't forget about their mattress gallery featuring Serta, Symbol mattresses, and adjustable beds. Family owned and operated, that's Furniture Depot, located in the Ozark Shopping Center in Mountain Home.
Whether you're a professional lawnscape contractor or a homeowner in need of quality lawn equipment, Moran's Lawn & Garden has you covered. Moran's is the longest originally owned lawn and garden business in Mountain Home, with a 5,700 square foot warehouse packed full of new current year inventory for all your lawn maintenance needs. Moran stocks a full line of factory parts, and they service everything they sell, offering top names like Grasshopper, Hustler, and Country Clipper. Moran stands behind their quality service with thousands of customers using their products daily. Moran's Lawn & Garden, servicing the entire Twin Lakes area.
Neema's Pizza in Gassville, Arkansas is your home for national and international award-winning pizza. Neema's Pizza offers artisan-made award-winning pizza with only the freshest and finest of ingredients. Each pizza is made from scratch and hand-tossed at the time you place your order. And also check out their calzone strombolis, an oven-baked folded pizza stuffed with your choice of meat. Sauce can be on the side or included inside at your request. Neema's Pizza in Gassville, Arkansas, your home for award-winning pizza. Coming up on 7:35, visiting with Baxter County Judge Mickey Pendergrass, and you've got a budget meeting tonight, right?
Quorum court meeting, yes, and as required by state law, all counties have to pass a balanced budget before the end of the year, and we try to do this by the first meeting in December, and of all the hard work it's taken, we do have a budget prepared, approved by the budget committee, and went back and forth through all of us as elected officials and department heads, and we're going to consider a budget tonight for next year. The largest budget they've ever had in Baxter County.
I heard on the news, what, 18.3 million?
18,375,000.
Yeah.
But 2,877,000 of that is the jail construction. So that kind of distorts the numbers a little bit, but they have to be put into the budget because it's pass-through monies coming in. The 1 cent sales tax that the people granted us to pay for the jail construction has all been collected, and it is all in the bank. And the 1/4 cent sales tax, which begins January 1 for maintenance and operation and expansion of the jail, will complete. We'll have it in the bank by the time we get completed, because we'll need some of that just to pay for the bills. But the great thing about this unique idea that we got together and was proposed and sold me on it, and we worked hard, it was, we're going to pay for this. We don't have a 10, 12, 20-year bond issue out there. We've got the money in hand, or will have in hand by the time the bills come due. This jail will be paid for by
So you're coming out debt-free?
By the time it's finished. We're delayed because of problems that could not be foreseen on engineering underground, and you always, when you're doing an addition and you're working closely with utilities and other buildings, sometimes that happens. It held us about 2 and 2.5 months behind. But we're going now, so that's going to delay our opening to probably the end of October next year. But we'll have all money in hand. And the 1/4 cent sales tax, which began in January, we have written into this budget to where it will start funding the jail hopefully mid-year. That's the way we wrote the budget. And we'll assess it by the time we get there next year and to see if that's not true. But the first 4 or 5 months probably of collecting the 1/4 cent will go to pay off the construction cost. But yeah, by the end of next year, we'll have the 50-bed expansion to the jail. It'll be paid for. The expansion of the sales tax to run maintenance and operation of the jail will also we'll have to add several positions to be in compliance, to have the right amount of personnel in the jail to maintain it, which, if keep your nose clean, if you'd like to have a good career job and want to start in law enforcement, Baxter County Jail is always looking for good jailers. So it's amazing. I have somebody close to me that's looking at start as an 18-year-old kid next month. So that's an opportunity to start a career, and we're always looking, and we will be expanding next year because because of the extra beds that we're adding. We'll have to have more people to be the standards. So it's going to pay for all that. Plus, it's turning loose. This budget ordinance that we're passing tonight is turning loose a lot of other money beginning in 2019 to help us solve some issues we have elsewhere.
So now, with the 1/4 cent sales tax that inaugurates on the 1st of January, that loosens up other budget items.
Right now,
monies, I should say.
What has happened in the jail has had to grow to the fact that the budget out of our county general account, the jail cost alone was over $1.1 million. I think about $1.12 million. So now that
the expansion cost that?
No, this is what the jail cost to maintenance and operate the jail.
Okay.
And it come right out of our general account, which several other things come out of the general account, like the sheriff's office and my office and so forth. So when the 1/4 cent starts getting collected in January, we'll start receiving the revenues in March. That will completely fund that $1.12 million. Plus, it'll fund the expansion to pay off the debt of the construction that we are left owing, and it'll pay off the expanded workforce that we'll have and more equipment. Plus, there will be money extra on top of that that we will set aside in a fund over here, so the next time we need to add 50 beds, we hope to have the money set aside.
So let's explain this so people understand
money.
What the 1/4 cent sales tax would represent. Every time you spend $100, you're throwing in an extra quarter.
Yes. Sales tax.
Sales tax. But when we talk about sales tax is only collected on purchases.
Yes,
So
and only
the
on
income
that
tax
which
is not affected. The personal property taxes are not affected. It's strictly the sales tax.
Correct.
You spend $200, it's going to cost you an extra 50 cents for the job.
anything by state law that is acceptable to local sales tax.
Yeah.
On large purchases such as vehicles, there is a limit, and that's tax attorney can tell you that one. But but anything that's acceptable to that quarter sales tax inside Baxter County will collect that quarter cents. That is promised and dedicated to any maintenance, operation, or expansion of the Baxter County Jail. That's
so
the only
when we
thing
go-
it can be used for.
When we talk about this, and we think about tourists coming in the not the holiday season, but in vacation time, say Memorial Day through Labor Day, people that spend money in the city limits will also pay this.
Yes, inside the county line. Any store inside the county line of Baxter County will pay that. Not just in
From
city
Big Flat
limits.
to the Missouri line.
Right. It's just this is the countywide.
No, that's right. It's
going to settle in. We'll get a better feel of it after the first year, but it's going to settle in somewhere between $1.6 and $1.8 million a year, and so the expansion of the jail is going to probably add our budget. We're going to come in around somewhere between 1.25 and 1.4 million now to operate the jail. So we're going to have somewhere close to $250,000 or more per year that we set aside in case we need to have another expansion. We have a huge failure. We have a blowout. We've got the money sitting there.
So we have a contingency fund from that? Yeah.
After 10 years, we may need the officials may need another expansion. Hopefully, we'll have set aside enough money for them to do that without asking people.
Would that be invested money where
Yes.
it earns interest? So
the treasurer takes care of that money. She keeps it segregated, and the interest that is collected on it is credited to it as revenue, and it grows. When I took office, we had the final payment of the hospital when they sold the hospital back to build the current jail and to construct it to pay for the bonds. That payment did that. We got the final payment. It was not owed, and the jail was paid for, and it has grown substantially in the last 6 years because we've let it sit there and gather interest. That is what this new budget does. It sets us aside. It doesn't call it what the old names we've always called it, but it has a reserve fund that's on the revenue side only. It is unbudgeted money that the county has. And in cases of large emergency that we have to have access to that money, the quorum court has to convene and act upon it. It's not money that any of us elected officials outside of quorum court approval can spend, but it gives us that cushion. And if anybody remembers 2009 or 2008 or 2005, you know that there are times when you need big money and you need access to it.
So it can be used for anything in the county or strictly jail related items?
Anything.
Anything.
Mm-hmm. As far as that could be, the quorum court could say you had a disaster and it's a FEMA related disaster. You're going to get FEMA reimbursement, which sometimes takes up to 18 months. You've got to have money to go pay for that work while you're waiting on the reimbursement and keeping up with the records, such as the ice storm in 2009. So you've got that money you can go pull out of to use,
right.
And then when you get your disaster funds back, you can refund that account because that money has to go back to where it came from. So, yeah, there's been a lot of work going to this budget, and
but the plus side is there's no debt to the county.
Correct.
You've got your money to operate according to the law,
mm-hmm.
and it's something that basically everybody can afford. Plus the fact that when tourists come into Baxter County, they're going to help pay for this.
And for good reason. I know if you heard a lot of the news that was happening over in Fulton County in southern Missouri this last week about these gang members from Florida breaking in and stealing. They found all kinds of stuff on them, and they were out-of-towners, and it's kind of like a rage across the country, and they've been related to these gangs out of Florida, so they go across the country and stealing stuff. They had credit cards, they had billfolds, they had all kinds of stuff, and those out-of-towners help pay for that if they come through here and paying sales tax.
You know, I've said it before, I don't understand the criminal mind. You know, even when the sheriff's here, we'll sit here and talk about some same issues. And I don't understand why, you know, I can drive through a residential neighborhood and think, wow, this is a nice day.
Yeah.
Other people thinking, what if there's jewelry there and a TV there and a computer here? You know, why? I have no desire to break into somebody's
And they're
house.
getting pretty educated and learning how to use our innocence and our desire to help somebody else against us.
Yeah.
And the scheming and the planning of crooks and criminals it's at another level. So we need to be there with them and be aware of your surroundings and be aware of how you're leaving your stuff or how it appears to somebody that's looking to steal your stuff. So you go shopping this Christmas season. Everybody's going shopping, everybody but me. And my wife takes care of that for me. You leave something of value that you've just bought or something of value that's precious to you laying on an open seat in a crowd, and that's when these people come out.
Yep.
And they see you, and they don't mind breaking the window on your car and stealing what you've got there. So keep it undercover. We just have due diligence to protect ourselves. It is a crying shame, and I understand it, that you have to be that way, but it's gotten to where of those that them illicit drugs has a grip on, they'll do anything to get a fix.
Yeah.
And if you're available, your stuff is available, they'll find a way to market it and steal your stuff that you've worked hard for and paid for. So
With that,
do your due diligence.
We're going to take a quick break with the county judge right after this. Stick around.
It's that time of year again. Time to take a hard look at your Medicare health plan. If you're looking for a new plan or looking to renew your existing plan, now's the time to renew all your options. At Backo Insurance, we'll sit down with you and show you all the new choices and options, including $0 premium plans with low copays and dental, vision, and hearing benefits. Let us help take the confusion out of selecting a plan and find one catered to your needs. Contact Backo Insurance today, located at 351 East 9th Street, Suite B in Mountain Home.
Take a step back in time when going to a barbershop meant more than just getting a haircut. Come into Legionnaire's Barbershop today, a unique gentleman barbershop. Get back in style from a former celebrity hairstylist and a licensed barber instructor who are trained in tonsorial arts and lock removal and happy to give you a straight razor shave. Legionnaire's Barbershop is veteran-owned and operated and located at 848 Highway 62 East in Mountain Home. For a full, old-fashioned barbershop experience, stop by Legionnaire Barbershop today.
If you want the best breakfast or lunch in the Twin Lakes area, then you've got to come to the Old Time Restaurant. Voted the best breakfast and lunch for 2011, the Old Time Restaurant not only gives you the Southern hospitality right when you walk in the door, they also offer scrumptious breakfast options to curb that early morning appetite. Or stop in later in the day for a tasty sandwich, salad, or a daily special. If a sweet tooth is your guilty pleasure, you can't go wrong with the pie lady cooking out over 30 different types of pies. That's the Old Time Restaurant located on the square in Mountain Home.
You've tried medications just cover up the pain, and you've tried dieting to help lose weight. Before you try something drastic like surgery to get rid of the numbness and tingling, why don't you try a better approach to health? Hi, I'm Dr. Charles Osgood, and at Mountain Home Family Chiropractic, we heal the whole person the natural way.
At Mountain Home Family Chiropractic, we take a hands-on approach to chiropractic care, massage therapy, and nutritional counseling. Our 20 years of service has led to successful results.
When I come in to see Dr. Osgood, sometimes after one adjustment, I have immediate relief. Sometimes it takes 4 or 5 adjustments.
I recommend Mountain Home Family Chiropractic because it really works and keeps me pain-free.
Mountain Home Family Chiropractic supports the community by donating to Mountain Home Food Basket and the Lions Club. Request an appointment with us today at Mountain Home Family Chiropractic. Excellence for your body and frame alignment.
$7:49, and this is for the final time of 2018 that the county judge will be on down on the corner. So we're looking forward to 2019, but pass that budget tonight, and then y'all will vacate the room, and they'll come and count the votes for mayor. So
yes,
a lot of changes taking place between now and January 1.
Yeah, and we got a lot more going on tonight. Even though we have a short agenda, only 6 items on the quorum court meeting, there's 2 other major items on here. One thing that I've been pushing for the whole time that I've been county judges, we've had systems set aside back when I was on the quorum court to reward the employees for longevity. And we have, because of revenues lagging behind, they wasn't properly funded, and we really just started doing it in the last 2 or 3 years countywide. But we took an extra step this past year after we established and hired a human resources director in a department. We have commissioned some studies. The quorum court has approved a paying for them, and it's hired a consulting group to look at our salary range, compare us to the local community, compare us to other counties our size, etc. And that comparison has been done. We went back to the quorum court committees, and the result, the first move on that is also on the agenda tonight. We have found at least 23 positions that are severely underfunded for their comparative job in the area, and they go across all spectrums of the employment in Baxter County, from the judge's administrative assistant down to the nighttime worker or the animal control shelter attendant, the part-time help. So it covers a lot of those spectrums. So that is going to be funded because we have this new revenue that the jail tax has released and will release. So we're going to correct those 23 positions, and then next year we're going to be looking at the entire budget and trying to equalize. I just got a study, for example, that this same group did on behalf of all of Arkansas counties through the Association of Arkansas Counties, comparing us as elected officials to what would my job pay for if I were in the private market. I can assure you it'll pay a whole lot more than the county can afford to pay. That's not the issue whether I want it or need it. It's just in comparison. And it could give you an example of why a lot of people don't go through the effort and suffer the consequences of a political campaign, because the reward at the other end, when you're on a job that you're pretty much on call 24/7 and you're not getting paid like the head of some department for a city or for a huge corporation, you're not even close to the compensation. They're not interested in pursuing that. So there's a lot of good people out there that might be more interested if we can get those, and that's something we're looking at as well. Just got that report. And then we're going to look at the entire employment spectrum. And then we're changing. We had a step and grade scale for all employees. The elected officials are not on this, just employees. That if this was the base pay for that, you had the ability, because of education experience, you could move them up 9 steps on a 20-step scale. And if they passed the evaluation, you should be able to give them a promotion every year and move them another step in their grade. Or if they took another job and were successful, they got an increase in the grade. That's only been funded the last 2 years for the whole county. That particular step and grade scale had been in place for 11 years, but we have completely funded it the last 2 years, and it's a stretch with the increased cost and health insurance. We fight that every year now.
Well, now you're going to be faced with the minimum wage increase.
Y'all screwed up. You have broken this county and many other counties because you passed that minimum wage. I'm just that blunt. We were talking about that. See, it's serious. It took us 3 years to get our minimum wage from where we were at on our lowest paying positions to get to the $8.50. It took us 3 years to get there. Here we are 2 years later, and you're going to make us in 2 more years go to 11. We don't have the revenue. And I can assure you that my question was, who's going to enforce it if the county can't do it? We've got to do some collaboration or something. I hadn't got the answer, by the way, to that question yet. So don't be surprised if the quorum court has to come and ask you for more revenue, because that's how serious this law was. And they wrote it into the law to where we got to be, and we took the steps necessary to be in compliance January 1, 2019. We hope that we can take the steps to be in compliance at $10 an hour by January 1st, 2020. But $11 an hour by 2021, we're talking about a huge move. Hundreds of thousands of dollars. Our employees deserve it. I don't argue that with anybody. They do a great job. But the revenue's got to be there.
The money comes from us, people.
That's right. The revenue's got to be there, or we can't pay them. Our budget's are required to be balanced. Matter of fact, this budget that we'll be passing, they'll be considering tonight to pass, is only 90% of our anticipated revenue. We have to fight every year to go through this system because we have to have 10% of our anticipated revenue has to be set aside in this budget. That's state law. We cannot budget more than 90%. Now, come first of the year, we can spend that other 10%, but we're required to have a balanced budget. If not, guess who's going to be sitting in front of a commission somewhere asking lots of serious questions? Yours truly. So we all take this very seriously. It's state law. Now, I wish the feds would take it that seriously and we'd be in a lot better shape. But I know the minimum wage is a tough one. We have not got the answer yet, and we got to be there by 2021.
They're no different than the county, than any other business that's going to have to raise their price. And I mean, people don't realize in the long run they're paying it. I mean, if
I talked to one private business owner, says, you know, they were talking the $15 an hour, said it would take him to, if they went to $15 an hour base minimum wage, that it would raise his wholesale price index by 30%. So at $11 an hour, you probably
mark
figure
it down
20,
and you
40,
watch
26%.
You watch what next happens when you go to any of the fine establishments we have in this community that offer a breakfast sandwich, say a sausage and biscuit sandwich. Mark it down what it costs today, and come back in 2 years and tell me what it costs. All because of this.
Yeah.
Or if you have to order it off of a kiosk, or if you've got somebody that's waiting on you. If the machine's cooking it or if a person's back there cooking it. That's where we're headed, and that's what we're driving. The problem people make, and I understand it, I get it. Minimum wage was never designed to be a living wage. Minimum wage was never designed to be what people are making it be, but they have been convinced, the majority have been convinced that you can legislate by minimum wage your way out of poverty. And what you're doing is legislating poverty. You're creating it. It's going to have the exact opposite effect. So this was not a good move.
When I took my
we
first
are not
job,
California or Seattle.
No. When I took my first job with Sears downtown at Ozark Shopping Center, they started at $2.05 an hour. I was a junior in high school. I could work 40 hours a week, and I worked my way up. That's what entry level is about.
Mm-hmm. And it's probably cost a lot of high school kids a summer job. Is what it's going to end up doing. Now, times may change. I may be wrong, and I hope I am. But know that we in county government have been working to get our people up to a competitive wage in our community in which we operate so that we can keep people. And that's getting harder and harder to do. And then they throw this in on top of us, and this exacerbates our problem.
And then we're trying to get taxes lowered, but there's no way we can do that with an $11 an hour base.
Your revenues can't go down. Baxter County is very fortunate. We have an extremely good sales tax base here. We draw from counties all around us. But the county on either side of us, you can go in any direction. And folks, they don't collect sales tax on 100% of their population, not even close. We do. And so we're drawing them. We have the shopping here. They say there's nothing here to do and nothing here to buy. Why are people coming from Fulton, Marion, and Izard and Ozark County here to buy? Because we have it.
It's called the daily population.
Yes. So we collect. We have a real good sales tax base. That's why your real estate taxes are the lowest in Baxter County than anywhere else in Arkansas that has a real estate tax for county government. And so we would love to keep it that way.
Final minute.
But the day is coming. Also, I want to mention real quickly on this committee is the first reading. We are totally revamping and redoing the personnel policies for our employees again, bringing them in compliance, a result of the Human Resources Department and a lot of work by the Quorum Court Personnel Committee and all of us elected officials meeting and talking. So that's going to be on first reading, something to look at. That will be hopefully strengthening and helping our employees with new employment policy and procedures. So the budget, the 22 or 3 positions that are going to get reallocated, the next year maybe all of them will. So we appreciate everybody's support. I want you to have a Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, and get your bread milk today because it's going to, Scooter says, it's going to snow Friday night, and there won't be anything in the store when I get off work Friday night.
Those roads need to be clear on Saturday morning. I got to go down to breakfast at Old Time.
We'll do what we can. We're ready.
And Well, Merry Christmas, Judge. Appreciate your work and what you do for the county. That wraps it up.
Inaugural, take the oath of office, all new elected officials, January 1 at 9 a.m., Baxter County Courthouse if you'd like to see it.
And with that, we'll wish you a happy day. See you tomorrow.
Happy New Year.